I wanted to start this by saying I don't really love being on camera, so if this feels a little awkward, that's because it is. I've never been someone who wanted attention or felt comfortable talking about myself like this. Truth be told, I've never liked being on camera. Even taking pictures has always felt awkward to me. But I'm doing this because this challenge is meant to challenge me in all aspects of my life. And I realize I've spent most of my life working hard without ever really explaining who I am or why I move the way I do. My name's Harold, I'm 26, and most of my life I worked labor-intensive jobs. Physical work, long shifts, sometimes 16 hours a day for weeks straight. I've always been busy, I've always been tired, and honestly, being busy became part of my identity. If I was exhausted, I felt like I was doing something right. But what I didn't realize for a long time was that I was using work and being busy as a way to avoid being honest with myself. I've never really stopped to ask what I actually wanted out of my life. I just kept going. And I didn't wake up one day motivated to change my life. It wasn't some dramatic moment, it happened quietly. I realized I felt numb. Not sad, not angry, just numb. I was working, trying to make money, trying to build something, but I wasn't really present in my own life. I started a business that I don't even enjoy doing. I failed at it over and over again, and I kept telling myself I just needed to push harder. But the more I focused on fixing the business, the more I ignored myself. I stopped caring if I worked out. I stopped caring what I ate. I stopped checking in with how I actually felt. And at some point I realized if I keep going like this, I might succeed on paper and still feel empty inside. That's when I knew something had to change. And I think the biggest reason I'm doing this now is because I don't want to look back a year from today and realize I stayed in the same place just because it felt familiar. I honestly thought my life would look way different by now. I thought I'd be with someone I love. I thought I'd be starting a family. And when you see people your age, married with kids, moving forward, it makes you reflect. Not in a jealous way, more like, where did I lose myself? I realized I hadn't spent enough time becoming someone capable of a healthy relationship. Someone solid, someone dependable, someone who cares about their partner more than they care about just being busy. For a long time, I thought being busy meant I was moving forward. But effort without direction doesn't actually build a life. It just keeps you distracted. This challenge is me slowing down and finally choosing my intentions, choosing to stop drifting. I'm committing to 90 days of doing this the right way. Not perfectly, but consistently. I didn't start this challenge because I wanted a dramatic transformation. I started it because I need structure. When I don't have rules, I drift. I sleep in, I eat whatever, I tell myself I'll start tomorrow. So this challenge has structure. Monday through Friday, I train twice a day. I do some form of cardio, whether that's playing a sport or just going for a walk. For my second workout, I either lift weights or use a machine called the ARX machine. I won't go into extreme detail of what that is, but just so you know what it is, it's an adaptive resistance machine. Whatever you push, it pushes back. Whatever you pull, it pulls back. It forces you to give your full effort every time. Saturday is a cardio or a light workout day. Sunday is a recovery day. This isn't because I want to destroy my body, it's because training gives me something physical to commit to every single day. And when I keep that promise to myself, everything else becomes easier. Food has always been a weak spot for me, especially sweets. Ice cream, candy, cookies and milk. If I'm being honest, I could eat that stuff all the time. I crave it all day. For a long time, I didn't think it mattered. But I've learned the real issue wasn't food, it was impulse. During this challenge, I'm eating with intention. No random snacking, no sweets. Not because the food is bad, but because I need to learn control in small moments. Before I go any further, I want to show you my starting numbers. And I want to be really clear about this. These numbers you're seeing, body fat, waist size, strength outputs, this is my real starting point. This isn't me after progress. This isn't me at my best. My body fat is over 28%. My waist is close to 40 inches. These strength numbers are my real baseline. One sub challenge I added is that I'm not getting a haircut until I'm under 25% body fat. I also get a 3D scan once a month. And honestly, this pushes me even harder because I already don't like being on camera. Being on camera when I don't feel like I look my best is even harder for me. So this forces me to show up anyway and give my best effort before every scan. I'm sharing all of this because I want honesty documented, not just results. Those numbers don't define me, but they do tell the truth about where I'm starting. Another rule of this challenge is reading every day. I've never been a reader. I don't think I've ever finished a book unless I was forced to in school. Reading feels uncomfortable for me, which is exactly why it's part of this. This isn't about becoming smart overnight, it's about proving I can commit to something that doesn't give instant results. I'm also doing this publicly on purpose. I could have kept this private. No camera, no explaining myself, but I know myself. When things get hard, it's easier to disappear. When no one's watching, doing this publicly forces honesty. It forces me to show up even when I don't feel confident or motivated. This isn't about attention for me, it's about accountability. And if I'm being honest, if even one person sees this and decides to start a challenge of their own, that would honestly mean the world to me. Because I know how hard it is to start when you feel lost. One excuse I've used my whole life is I don't have time. And the truth is, I didn't make time for what mattered. This challenge is me taking responsibility for that. If something is important now, I'm creating space for it. Not when it's convenient, not when I feel like it. What I really want out of this challenge isn't just discipline or confidence, I want clarity. I want to understand myself better. I want to know what I'm capable of when I actually commit. Right now, the most honest word I have for myself is lost. But a year from now, I want to be someone people can lean on, someone consistent, someone dependable, someone who knows who they are. I don't have the answers right now, and I'm not pretending to. This challenge isn't the finish line, it's the foundation, and I'm okay with building it slowly, as long as I'm actually building.